Well, hello everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. Tonight we are talking about the Nancy Guthrie case out of Pima County, Arizona. And nearly 6 months later, Nancy Guthrie still is missing from her Catalina Foothill home in Tucson. Chris Nanos says the investigation remains active and is still confident the case will eventually be solved. Yesterday, Savannah Guthrie put out a statement, and today, Chris Nanos puts out a statement. Very interesting. We're going to go over all that and a lot more. We're going to be talking about a new theory that I have that is interesting. Do you remember the man next door whose cameras were out in the early hours and the dog barking? Well, I was looking at some maps and looking at some very interesting things that we are going to talk about tonight. So gather around, a lot to talk about on the other side of this.
I've walked through storms in scars and grace, smile through pain with a painted face.
Thank you, Lovey. Appreciate you.
They call me too loud, too much, too strong, but honey, that's the reason I belong. Every scar's a scripture, every tear's a hymn. I found my worth where the light grew dim. They tried to break me, but here's a twist. I turned my pain into a clenched fist. I'm an unbreakable woman, born of fire and pearl. I shine like grace in a reckless world. You can test my faith, you can shake my plan, but I'll rise again. Just watch me stand. I've been whispered about and written off, judged by the gloss, not the cause. But God don't build weak hearts from gold. He made me fierce and He made me bold. I bend, I pray, I roar, I rise with mascara, tears and battle cries. Don't need your crown, I forge my own. From ashes, honey, I build my throne. I'm an unbreakable soul, dressed in truth and pearls. The fire don't scare me, it lights my world. You can doubt my voice, but you'll hear my name. I'm holy and hood, and I'm done with shame. For everyone called too much, too loud, too real. You're not to anything. You're exactly what power looks like. I'm an unbreakable soul, through the fight and flame. My scars are stories, my strength, my faith. Faith in my heart, fire in my curls, forever divine. Clutch them pearls.
Hold up, lights on, chat in the room, another late night and another headline blooming. Coffee gone cold, but the story got heat, and one little detail keep tapping my screen. Coming in clutch, when the timeline bends, we don't just scroll, we connect loose ends. Somebody said nah, that's probably enough, but the chat said Justin, we're coming in clutch. Run that back, don't rush that part. Something fell wrong from the very first start. Different day, same shaky excuse, and the math ain't mathin' when we check the proof. I'm not here to play detective for fame, I'm here when the story starts changing names. One clip, one call, one post too much, and the whole room knows we're coming in clutch. Coming in clutch, yeah, the facts stay loud. Truth don't hide when we bring the crowd. Screens lit up and the chat don't sleep. We dig real deep where the stories get steep. Pearls in the chat, lights in the back. Somebody better explain why the story went flat. You can dodge one question, maybe dodge two. With the internet clock, what you said don't cue. Wait, Say that again, you said it was there, then it wasn't back then. You said you forgot, but the record got saved. Now the chest wide awake and the room just changed.
Coming in clutch when it all gets strange, when the facts get buried and the tone starts change. We don't need drama, the truth does enough, that's why they pull up, we're coming in clutch.
Late night crew, yeah, we built this thing. One live stream turned to a whole damn ring. Members in green minds holding it down. Whole chat moving like a small town crowd. No fake hype, no lazy spin. Just one more clue and we're back again. If it don't sit right, we don't let it slide. We put the detail right up on live.
Coming in clutch, say it one more time. Whole room locked on the very next line. From the first red flag to the final touch, you know where to be, we're coming in clutch.
When the screen fades out and the night gets still, somebody somewhere knows truth comes real. We'll be right here when the next facts drop. Coming in clutch and we don't just stop.
Mother chickens. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all. Thank you all so very much for joining me. Really do appreciate your time. You could have chosen to be anywhere on YouTube. You have a lot of options, anywhere on the internet, anywhere in the world, and you chose to be right here. I know your time is very, very valuable, and I do appreciate you spending some time with me. Today is July 28th, 2026. It is currently 10:17 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Yeah. Hey, how you doing, everyone? Good to see you all. Thank you all very much for joining me. Tonight we're talking about the Nancy Guthrie case out of Pima County, Arizona. And let me tell you a little something. Very interesting things that has happened in the last 24 hours or so. Savannah, we talked about it yesterday, came out with a video, not really saying who it was to. Some people took it as he was talking to the sheriff, to the police, and some people would say they was talking to the abductors. I don't know, but all of that and a lot more we're going to talk about tonight. Also, do you remember whenever this neighbor came out and spoke on Nancy's, they live very close to Nancy, and his cameras quit working certain times, dog carrying on, all of that. I was looking at some of the maps, and something interesting was this guy, this perpetrator, was he closer than we thought? Was he closer than we thought? Meaning, I'm not saying family or anything like that, but was he closer that night than we thought? And I will tell you all about that in just a moment. Guys, before we get started, if you would be so kind and please do me a big old favor. You know what I'm going to ask. Hit that thumbs up button. Would greatly appreciate that. Double tap that screen if you're on mobile. And if you would consider sharing this live stream out, would greatly appreciate that. Hit that share button, copy that link, drop it in any of your favorite social media. And if you would consider hyping this video, you get 3 hypes a week on YouTube. They are absolutely free. You have to do it after the live stream on your mobile device, your phone, your tablet, anything that is mobile. Good to see you, Miss Portia. Thank you so very much for becoming a member, girlfriend. How you doing? Good to see you. Appreciate you, Miss Portia. Thank you so very much. How you doing, girl? And thank you forever, Ty. Thank you so very much. Hope you meet your goal. Thank you, my darling. Appreciate you, my lovies. How you doing? Appreciate you, my dear. Thank you so very much, guys. You consider becoming a member of the Pearl family. We'd love to have you, or gifting a Pearl. That's always great. Make someone's day. Thank you, Angel Kisses. Hello, Justin, our Pearl family. Wonderful mods. Thank you for the info and hard work. Thank you, Angel Kisses. Appreciate you, love. OG. You are an OG. That is for sure. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for being a member here on the Pearl family as well. Baby Reds, how you doing, baby? Good to see you. Thank you for the pledge. Is that your fireplace? What a beautiful fireplace. Very pretty. Thank you so much, dear. Appreciate you. And Lori, good to see you, McLaren. Thank you so very much for the pledge. Appreciate you, baby. And Patty, good to see you, my friend. Really do appreciate you for the party hot, dear. Really appreciate that. All right, guys, let's get the little stuff out of the way before we get to the bigger stuff tonight. Hello, Miss Kelly. Lee, how you doing? Valuma. Leslie, always keeping it real. Tina. Donna, thank you for the unk alert. Thank you, unk. What does unk mean? What does unk mean? UNC meaning. Let's see what that means. What does that mean? A short word for uncle? I knew that, but is that what it means? Am I your uncle, Donna? Well, thank you I'm honored to be your uncle. Thank you so very much. I appreciate you very much, Donna. Good to see you, friend. And Kim, thank you so much for the flower, baby. Appreciate you. Good to see you. And thank you very much, Donna. Appreciate you very much. The dogs that woke him up barking, nice man. You know something? He did an interview with Brian Enton. I didn't know he did an interview with Brian Enton until earlier, and it just triggered my mind. It's a garden ornament, not a fireplace. LOL. Oh, really? Well, it's beautiful. I thought it looks like, to me, it looks like it's smaller for me. So, but it looks like, to me, like you put like a fire in it and it's a beautiful fireplace kind of thing, like an outdoor fireplace. But it's beautiful either way. I'm the gunkle. Yeah. You're crazy. Forever. Thank you so much for the clutch, baby. Appreciate you very, very much. How you doing? Summer breeze makes me feel good. Thank you, Summer breeze. Good to see you, baby. Appreciate ya. Good to see you, babe. Uncle, like you're giving wise advice. Yes, yes, yes. Back in my day, you can have a fire pit in it or flowers. Yeah, yeah. Why not? Ooh, whoops. What I do? Okay. Almost exited out. Justin, I sent you an email about Luke Daly. Oh, Ratui, don't get me down a rabbit hole right now. What'd you do, girl? Interesting. You little stinker, you. I'm going to show that. Is that okay if I show that? Is that okay if I show that, Miss Ratui? Catherine, thank you for the gold coin, girl. How you doing, man? Good to see you. How you doing? Who is Luke again? Luke is one of the guys that came into the story whenever the FBI did a search warrant, knocked down his door, so to speak. They did a search warrant and took his car in, took his Range Rover that he had just bought a week prior, paid El Casho for, and all that stuff. So yeah, that's very interesting. Did Ruchu say I could show it? Hello, what's up? Good to see you, my darling. Thank you for the flower. Good to see you, baby. Appreciate you very much. How you doing, babies? Good to see you. Yeah, let me show you this. What Rutui just showed me. Didn't know this. Okay. Sherry says spill it. Sherry says spill it. How many thumbs up do we got? How many thumbs up do we got? Depends. Scotia, thank you so much, baby. Good to see you, my dear. Well, thank you so much for the clutch. Thank you, baby. Y'all ready for this? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for this. Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. Hold on. Let's go. Hello, Lake Superior. Miss Patty. Patty put a 151 1. Okay, I think y'all ready. I think you're ready. Well, this is what's interesting to me, Ritui. Why haven't they did this already? I just walked in. What are we talking about? Well, I'm getting ready to show you something that was just sent to me about Luke Daly. Dun, dun, dun. Here we go. In the Superior Court of the State of Arizona, in and the County of Pima, the State of Arizona plaintiff versus Luke Daly. They are asking for DNA. They are asking for DNA for Mr. Luke Daly. Huh. How about that? Sweat off the brow. Sweat off the brow. I wonder why. You see, this is a crazy thing for me. I would have thought they would have already gotten DNA from him when they were there. When is this? Do we have a date on this? Filed 5/11/26. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. So, now, the sheriff today said, we have so much DNA. Yeah, that was May, which makes it, to me, even more interesting, actually. Send him to pins. No. Yeah. Ooh, very interesting. Drew, thank you for 25 months. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, darling. Please support our lovely Justin and hit the thumbs up, everyone. Thank you so much, lovely. Appreciate you, Drew. You're very, very sweet. Thank you, lovey. And Spicy Disaster, she just sent me tulips. Thank you so much for sending me tulips. Thank you, Spicy. Thank you for the spicy tulips. Thank you for the spicy tulips. I really do appreciate you, darling. Truly, thank you so very much. Well, so Chris Nanos gave a new interview with KVOA yesterday, which is, let me see here. Let's go to KVOA. I'm trying to put this all together as we think here, guys. When was this? We are in a nightmare that not ends. Give me a second, guys. And he says, okay, give me a second. Give me the video to that. Okay. I'm trying to go to KVOA real quick and see if we've got that interview. It was yesterday. Here we go. So after Nancy puts out this, not Nancy, Savannah puts out this interview yesterday, Sheriff Doofy does this interview. And he talks about DNA. Now, we've wondered about this for quite a while. Is this it? 1 second. Okay, let's go to this real quick. Thank you so much, Joanne. Appreciate you, baby. Good to see you. Thank you so much for the silver star. You a star. Thank you. Appreciate you. Patty, thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace, my dear. Really making someone's day, making my day as well. Thank you so much for gifting a pearl necklace, my dear. If you receive that, make sure you get that, Patty, a big old thank you. Thank you so much, Patty. Ashley, thank you so much for the flower. I really do appreciate you, my darling. Thank you for the flowers. The man doesn't need to be doing anything. Yeah, I agree. Okay, let's watch this. 1 second here. 1 second.
Her family and nearly Catalina
Does
been searching Nancy's
Right.
on
Does Doofy talk?
Nancy's daughter. And today's show co-host Savannah Guthrie with a new video on Instagram pleading for information on Nancy's whereabouts and where she could be, and anyone with information to come forward. Want to get to News for Tucson's Eric Fink. He is live in the newsroom with more on this. And listening to this video, Eric, it sounds like Savannah is talking directly.
Okay, we're going to come back to this. We're going to come back to this. This wasn't one I was looking for. Here, got it. I got it.
Sean, it's hard to believe, but this coming Saturday marks 6 months since Nancy Guthrie's disappearance. And today, Savannah taking to Instagram to plea with her mother's abductor to come forward and bring her home.
For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done,
it's coming.
I believe there is always a way home.
84-year-old Nancy Guthrie was taken from her home in the Catalina foothills in the middle of the night on February 1st. Her family and her community right here in Tucson have been searching for answers since the news broke on that Sunday night back in February. On February 10th, the FBI released that chilling image of the masked suspect on the front porch of Nancy's home. Tens of thousands of tips have come into the Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI. I spoke with Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos earlier today. You're going to hear from him in a moment.
Watch
and
this.
As we come up on 6 months since her mother vanished, Savannah today spoke directly to her mother's captor.
Watch this.
So I'm asking you, begging you
Okay,
to do
we
the
saw
right
this.
thing
I want
now.
to get.
Make the right choice. Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her. I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing. Help us bring this situation to an end.
It's the same message we had, Dave.
I think so too.
We're working this as hard as we can. There's no lead too small. We, like Savannah today, we encourage you. If you know something, you saw something.
Sheriff Doofus, come on now. I think he felt pressured. I think he felt pressured to come out and say this after Savannah did that interview. Feels something weird. I still feel it was for Sheriff Doofy, in my opinion. Pammy, so generous of you, my darling. Thank you so very much for giving. Really appreciate you, rock star, legendary Pammy.
The room's alive. It's in the kind of love and it makes me shine. Here it comes again, pulling me in tight. I got that kind of glow, turning all the night.
Pearl storm, coming in clutch. Pearl storm, that's too much for me. Pearl storm, coming in clutch.
Pearl storm, I can't get.
Thank you so much, Miss Pammy. Appreciate you. Break it down there for a minute. Really appreciate you, Miss Pammy. Good to see you, my darling. Really appreciate that very, very much. Thank you for being very generous, my dear. If you received one of those, make sure you give our Pammy a big thank you.
Please call us. Let us know.
Let us know. You aren't even searching.
Sheriff Nanos says he and his team talk to the FBI every day about this case. There is
Go to what?
talk to the Sheriff Nanos says he and his team talk to the FBI every day about this case. There is still
You kept
that
him out.
more than $1 million reward for the recovery or the return of Nancy. Reporting live here on the
I
South
agree.
Side tonight.
1000%.
I'm Eric
Pammy.
Fink, News 4, Tucson.
Thank you.
I agree with that 1000%. So a couple things here that I don't find I find very interesting is like I said, Savannah comes out, then Sheriff Doopy comes out, and then he says, we have so much DNA. Then we have Luke being requested for DNA on 5/11/2026. They got a it is hereby ordered that the defendant Luke Anthony Daly submit and taking of his DNA a buccal swab for discovery purposes. For discovery purposes. That's pretty interesting if you ask me. The case should be further along than what it is. There is only one person at fault for that. I agree. 1,000%. 1,000%. All right, guys. So now I want to get to something here. Looking at these houses, and I was thinking about this. Let me pull it up. All right. So here we have Nancy's home. Let me see if we can do it like this. Here we have Nancy's home, right? Right here is Nancy's home. Okay. Now, here is the home that the neighbor was living in, or is, I will say, was that Brian Enton ended up doing a video on, Nancy Grace, I apologize, did a video. Then Brian Enton did a video. But do you guys remember them talking about like an old road here? Does anyone remember that? Like where the school bus kids used to walk or something like that between their house. Is there a road considered between here? It's an old road. Just curious before I go on with my thing. I'm sorry, Miss Pam. They shouldn't have already had. I agree, but I think they might be wanting to take it again for. Okay. Yeah, okay. I thought I remembered them talking about like an old road here through all of that, right? Wasn't sure, but I just wanted to see. But right here is an empty house listed for sale. This is a house listed for sale. All it would take is for someone to, they could pull over anywhere, like down here or whatever. Could the person have still been watching, staying in this house that night? I really feel like this person that was obviously watching. And when you remember what the neighbor says, it's very weird because his dog was going nuts. Dog was flipping, going nuts. Let me find that clip right here. And let me see if I can get it. Okay. Where does he talk about the dog and camera? Listen to this. Floating heart. Thank you for the floating heart, Joanne. Appreciate you, darling. Thank you so very much. Dog alerted. Yes. Well, he was outside. He takes his dog outside, right? Just let me find that little clippo right here. He noted that is highly unusual that the dog. Okay, 334. Okay, listen to this. We're going to go to our friend and yours, Miss Nancy Grace. By the way, like, to me, like I love Nancy, first of all. She's like the drag true crime mama for us. I mean, look at her eye makeup, and she's a diva. So, look, I mean, we just gotta love Nancy. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, guys, just joining us right now. Watch this. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? You better work.
Mrs. Guthrie's home is
Listen to this.
sick. But before I go off on a tangent that gets me nowhere and proves nothing, that night, Jeff Lemay, that night, what happened?
Well, preceding the event, there were some evenings where our dogs woke up, which was highly unusual. We don't know if there's a correlation. I know the FBI and the investigators have asked for cameras and camera footage. All the neighbors have shared camera footage and any recollection they have. But the next day, we were surprised when there were helicopters above flying through the neighborhood, a large response of sheriff's department, a volunteer crew of community members who do rescue in the mountains of hikers who came and scoured the neighborhood. And initially we were wondering what was going on. And then we found out it was our neighbor, which...
First of all, let me just tell you what a poor, I was just thinking about that. What a poor damn job you did, Nanos, in my opinion. The neighbors didn't even know their neighbor was missing in the beginning. Let that sink in a second. How does the neighbors not informed that their neighbor has been, I don't know, yanked out of their house at 2 o'clock in the morning? How does that happen? Like, we know you don't put up caution tape or, make it seem like a crime scene and clear the shit too quick. But come on, dude. You're not even checking in the damn neighborhood, dude. Can you believe that? They're like, oh, helicopters is up here. Wonder what's going on. They had no clue in the very beginning. Like, that should be the first thing the Pima County Sheriff did, was beating the doors down, checking the neighborhood. Hi. Have you seen a little old lady about walking around, see anything unusual? Like, day one. Nancy's a very kind person. Yeah, Nancy's very nice.
Obviously is horrible.
You stated that you live 4 homes down from Mrs. Guthrie. Is that correct?
Yes.
Just listen to that.
From Mrs. Guthrie, is stated that you live 4 homes down.
Yeah. 4 homes down. 4 doors down. Didn't ask. Didn't give a
from Mrs. Guthrie. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, your dogs often, as does mine, want to go out in the middle of the night. Use the bathroom. That night, did your dog go out?
Yeah, that was where actually I sort of, one of our dogs I have to rouse in the morning is a deep sleeper. There were some nights in question where the investigators have asked us about certain evenings and if we've seen anything unusual. And once again, it could be coincidence, it could be nothing. I'm not an investigator, I'm a lay person. But the dogs did rouse and I took them out. There's an image of me on camera. I heard nothing or saw nothing, but animals can be, especially dogs, can be hypersensitive, and we don't know if there's a correlation. We've shared it, and whether it helps with timeline or in any way, we hope it is of some value.
What time was that, Jeff Lemay?
Gosh, it was, I'm working from memory. It may have been a little bit past 1 a.m.
So, 1 a.m. on the night Nancy goes missing. This is an hour before around. She's about to be yanked from her bed. Now think about that a second. Their next door, right beside of their house, 3 doors down from Nancy, really 2, is empty, completely empty. Hello, Miss Kelsey. So good of you to join us. Thank you for being here. Haven't seen you in, I don't know, 77 years. Good to see you, my dear.
You know, Jeff Lemay, you really hit the nail on the head, because after everything calms down at night and everything settles and the kitchen is clean, and we'll be sitting there, you know, watching something on TV maybe, and our dog, Fat Boy, will go in.
Our dog, Fat Boy. It's time to write the attorney, Arizona Attorney General, and ask her to indict the sheriff for perjury charges. The Interview Room did an entire episode on this, and the timeliness of now, because she is making a decision. She is making decisions, and in my opinion, that should come into account.
Insane. And
Airless mofo.
Then we find out, like 2 minutes later, a delivery was made at the front porch, or somebody then opens the back door. Maybe one of the granny nannies is coming in or out. But he hears it or smells it long before we do. So I want you to tell me again. And the reason I'm so interested, Jeff, is because I personally have investigated cases where the dog was the initial trigger that raised the first alarm. And there have been many in real life.
Yes, he does.
This is one everybody
kind
knows.
of put you in the
used
favor
a
of him.
lot. The O.J. Simpson case. The neighbors heard the dog, Akita, issue a, as they say, plaintive wail.
Well, you know, the dog's nose and ears can always hear way before you and I can, right? Way before. Thank you so much, Miss Deb. Good to see you, Mamacitas. Thank you so very much. Very kind of you, my dear. Just wanted to say thank you, Jessica, for all you do. I love you, and Ruben, I love you, and I love you all, my dear. Thank you so very much, Miss Deb. Good to see you, baby. Appreciate you very, very much. Thank you, my lovies. Appreciate it. That's very kind of you. Yes, guys, hit that thumbs up.
That they had never heard the dog do before. And this was around the time Simpson was murdering Nicole and Ron. So the dog was the...
He should have went to prison. Oh my God. You talk about, in my opinion, an injustice as well. Poor Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Bless those two and their family.
First alarm. Now, I'm very curious. Tell me exactly what happened.
Sure. You know, as I've mentioned, our dogs are usually sound sleepers. Full confession, when the dog woke me up to say, I've got to go outside, I was grudgingly accommodating and took the dog out to our little courtyard in the back of our house. And
okay, so he takes it out. Okay. Now, just remember what he says right here, okay, guys? Because you'll see where I'm going with this. Remember what he says. I took the dog out to our little courtyard in the back, right? This is about 1 o'clock in the morning, like really close. So what time? Let's see here. Think about this. Okay. At 1:47 in the morning, the doorbell disconnects. Just remember that. At 1:47 in the morning, the doorbell disconnects at Nancy's house. This gentleman's dog is barking, and I trust this man 1,000,000,000%. He's you can tell he's 100% credible. He's absolutely. He probably, I don't think he's a big embellisher or anything like that. So at 1 o'clock in the morning, he's taking his dog out. Nancy's doorbell disconnects at 1:47 in the morning. Okay? Just remember this. I got a loot box. Thank you so much, Deb. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you very much. So good. You're very kind to me, Miss Deb. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Miss Deb. Thank you for the loot box, my darling. Really, very kind of you, my dear. Appreciate you. 47 minutes later, listen to this. Just listen to that again.
I was grudgingly accommodating and took the dog out to our little courtyard in the back of our house. And it was unusual. And it seldom happens. And we've gone back to the other dates that we've been asked about to see if there's a correlation. And as mentioned, shared this information. But animals, especially dogs, can be so sensitive and it kind of...
Yeah, OJ wasn't creaky then, though. You got to remember this was the 90s.
And work on a different realm with smell, hearing, etc. And we hope it's of some help. We don't know.
Now, you said something was unusual. What was unusual?
Oh, just waking me up at that hour. That would be, once again, that's what was atypical. It actually, it hasn't happened since.
Okay. So that's very atypical of waking him up. This premiered March 23rd, right? So it was probably recorded the 22nd or the 21st, right? So we're talking February. This is 2 months afterwards. 2 months afterwards. This dog has not woke them up since. 45 minutes prior, people. 45 minutes prior. Okay?
Are usually...
I'm going to show you because I've got a piece where he is outside showing Brian Ensign where this is.
Sound sleepers, take them out before heading to bed and taking them out first thing in the morning. So this was kind of unusual. I don't know if they've heard something, smelled something, sensed something in some way. So we've obviously provided that information, and I don't know if it's of help, but we hope it is.
Jeff Lemay, let me throw this on you. As I've told many a jury, there is no coincidence in criminal law. There's just not. Coincidences happen in life, but in my experience, not in criminal cases, much less a kidnap or worse, a murder. So at first, I didn't understand that this was unusual. I thought your dogs wanted to go out in the middle of the night all the time like mine does. I think I was projecting, which is never a good thing for a trial lawyer to do. So this is becoming more important in my mind because your dogs don't normally do that. I would like to also...
No coincidences. Okay. Well, and you got to remember what, if you remember Brian Ensign interviewing the neighbor, the blonde neighbor that he talks with. She says that she saw this guy approximately on the 11th, right? That was in her backyard. Said it hadn't happened in 10 years. Someone was like out of the way like that, probably. She talks to her husband, talks to even her daughter about it because it was weird. So we have her account, we have this gentleman's account. Dog never did it before, or dog hasn't did it since, rather, he said. And it happened on the 11th and the 31st going into the 1st, right? This makes me wonder And again, these were on the weekend. When we see the guy on the porch the 11th without the pew pew, right? Was he, wrong one. Was he giving this a dry run, so to speak? Was he putting his plan into motion, getting all of this ready? There's that fucking fly. 1 second. Just look at this up. 1 second. Okay, sorry. Okay. I think the timeline are critical in cases like this, even though at 15 or 20 minutes changes everything's understanding what happened. Yes. Now watch this. Watch this.
Share with you that the best witness I ever put on the stand, and I practiced for 14 years as a Fed and a violent felony prosecutor, was a dog. Best witness I ever put on the stand. That said, now this is becoming more significant because your dogs don't normally get up in the middle of the night. I thought that they did because I was projecting. But that night, the night Mrs. Guthrie is kidnapped, your dogs get up and want to go outside. Is that correct?
Yeah, and also some of the other evenings that we've been questioned about, I'm working from memory again. I believe January 11th was another date that was in question. So we had this activity at that time, and human nature, we
listen to this.
Just filed it away and didn't really think about this until we were asked to review our video, and then had this recollection and saw this correlation, which was very unusual.
I really think, in my opinion, that this person, I mean, dogs can hear from far away. They can. Again, the guy lives here, right? Oops, sorry. Guy lives here. Neighbor, this is an empty house. And this is where Nancy lives. I think that this guy was in this area, maybe in the house or in the backyard around the fence where nobody could see him, maybe watching out the area. This dog is going off that night.
So, did you review your video, and what, if anything, did you see?
Yeah, I want to not only reviewed it, but provided it to the Sheriff's Department and FBI. And once again, every neighbor has done this. I mean, there's been a robust, wholehearted support from everyone in this community for this investigation, and have provided that data points. Once again, they can see perhaps, once again, I don't know. It could help with time frame. If in fact it could, that would be a wonderful thing if it provides any value. If there was someone,
did you see anything on the video from Jan 11?
Just the dogs waking us up. With the way our cameras are situated, and this has been
okay. What's the coincidence that an 84-year-old goes missing on January 11th? This guy is allegedly, I think because they were interested in that day, and he's also without a backpack on the porch. The neighbor's camera goes dark on January 11th. Dog is flipping out on the 11th. The blonde neighbor sees this guy around the area that's strange during the day around the 11th. And on the night she goes missing, 45 minutes approximately, the guy doesn't know the exact time, but he says about 1 a.m., his dog is flipping out, and then the camera goes nuts. Justin, you remind me of a squirrel. I've been told that.
I think a frustration is everyone seems to have a ring or some sort of system, but with the size of the lots and where the cameras are situated, they capture your home and entrance points, but they do not capture much beyond that. There's heavy, dense brush here, cactus, Palo Verdes, etc. So part of the—
And remember, the FBI was out there looking at that back gate as well in her yard.
challenge has been, you can see beautiful views of our courtyard, front door, garage, etc., but not much beyond that.
Let me understand something, Jeff. And of course, I would have this all nailed down if I were putting you on the stand. And forgive me if I keep asking the same question over and over. But on January 11, you see nothing out in the yard, as you've just explained, where your cameras are trained. But having reviewed January 11th video at the request of the FBI, you realize that on January 11 and January 31, both nights, your dogs uncharacteristically wanted to go outside.
Yes.
And that was very atypical.
Yes.
When they went outside, you said they went to the back or the front?
It's the rear of our home.
Same gimme.
Where we have a courtyard that abuts our bedroom.
Okay. Got it. Rear of home.
Kay. Thank you so much, Kay. Appreciate you, darling. You are very sweet. Thank you very much for your support, and thank you for that sweet message. Appreciate you, love. Thank you for being a member also. Good to see you, my friend. Really, really do appreciate you very, very much. My source there, she says they are so tight-lipped. So tight-lipped. And I have a really good source in Pima County there. Really good source.
They're a cut.
To me.
A shortcut.
Sure.
Do people walk that way to get toward Nancy Guthrie's home? Or could they?
It is fairly dense. We can see her home, the top of her home from the rear of our house. And it is, I'm just guesstimating, maybe 150 yards away. But it is very dense cactus, rock, dense brush. From my layperson's perspective, it would be a challenge.
But a dog can hear, a dog can see, a dog can smell.
It out ahead of time. There are what?
Oh, and there's an abutting cul-de-sac towards the rear. There's a service road that connects to the, actually it's wonderful, the graphics you're putting up, where you can see how someone could walk perhaps through the service yard to a cul-de-sac.
Right. So this is the cul-de-sac right here. Do you guys remember, I just thought of this. Do you guys remember there being like a dolly or something in this area? There was something in this area just laying around. I can't remember. Does anyone remember that?
Perhaps around and about.
There's a service route behind your home that leads to a cul-de-sac that leads to Nancy's home. Is that what I'm understanding?
The light, the back lights,
home, where you would have to physically cut through someone's property, but then could lead to a cul-de-sac. My understanding was years ago, school kids would use it as a kind of a way to grab the school bus, and they would cut through that area. That's my understanding. But once again, directly from our home to Nancy's house,
that's crazy.
It would be rough brush now, especially in the dark.
So wait, I'm curious. You just said that
it was close to the cul-de-sac.
Video we were showing you earlier, the aerial video, was from our friends at 12 News. I want to go back to the photo. I want to understand where Jeff Lemay.
Now, Luke Daly and them used to allegedly hang out in some of these empty houses as well.
Lives on this picture, but you stated that for
Ritui, do you remember which house I knew and I want to say it was behind Nancy's home. He was
long time school children would use a cut through the back, through the scrub, through the brush, down the
there was a dolly where she keeps her trash, but there was like a wheelbarrow or dolly or something that was like around the cul-de-sac area. One of the neighbors confided to one of the streamers that the guy who rides the motorcycle lives in the cul-de-sac.
Service road, maybe to get to the school bus instead of going on the street. Is that correct?
Sure. My understanding, this is what neighbors have told
Yeah. She did have a dolly, but then there was a wheelbarrow that was behind her house. Yep. Partying at the empty house. Yep.
Is people would use a service road.
Hey, dude.
Sort of cut through someone's property very slightly and then go to a cul-de-sac that abuts the back of our yard, but not the.
And that would get.
Just a side note, not that anybody cares, but I hate the word abut. I hate that word.
You closer to Nancy's home?
Perhaps someone could take a different route
to
bad. Her home through that avenue.
Got it. Now, when your dogs go out at night, Jeff, do they lead you to the back or to the front, or do you lead them? When my dog wakes up, he sleeps right beside me.
Clock it. How you doing forever? Thank you so much, darling. Appreciate you very much. Thank you, baby Jules.
I have to take him to a certain door. I lead him to a certain door because I know I can get him in more quickly if I go out that door. And
I think the dogs have a better time solving this case than Sheriff Nanos.
It can be any time of the day or night. So did you lead the dog to the back, or did the dog lead you?
So do we.
Sure. So it's a courtyard that abuts the bedroom. That's pop the door open, take the dog out, and it's right there. So it's the most natural point to be, and that's where we always take the dogs.
Doubt it.
When your dog went out on Jan 31 and Jan 11, what did the dog do to continue barking?
No barking, but I saw on video the dog sort of looking off to the distance and sort of very focused for a moment. It was fascinating.
You know how like the dogs do a lot. Some dogs, they don't bark when they sense something. They'll just kind of look like what's going on, or some dogs will just go, real weird. Little dogs, they just normally yak. But bigger dogs or medium-sized dogs, a lot of times they're more, or just kind of look around. Ears perked. Yeah. Word doesn't bother me a bit. It does some people, but it doesn't bother me. Yeah. Abuts. Who thought of that word, abuts? Thank you, Summer Breeze. Appreciate you, lovies. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. It's very sweet of you. And thank you for the kind comment as well, my lovies. Appreciate you. The service road and the cul-de-sac seems important because they could provide a route that doesn't require someone to walk directly down the street in front of multiple ring cameras. That is true. That is very true. And that could help avoid people seeing them. However, regardless, they've got to get Nancy out, right? And I just don't think that they're going to carry Nancy in a wheelbarrow, in my opinion, like behind the house, especially one person. But, stranger things have happened, I guess.
Actually.
Could they? Yeah.
Moving on. Now, once again, in my days, my fugue state, past 1 a.m., I did not take note of any of this at the time, and took the dog back in and went back to bed. And once again, we don't know what was occurring, but it's just some information to provide of some value, we hope, to the investigation.
Jeff, can you look at that overhead and tell me which home is yours as it relates to Mrs.
Yeah, I know there are people talking about like Mexico and stuff tonight. I do not think it's a cartel. I'll just say that. I do not think that this is a cartel. A lot of you guys do, though. A lot of you guys think that this is a cartel and stuff. I just don't see this being a cartel, in my opinion, with Nancy. I think this is someone closer. I don't know. I just don't see it. I really don't. Thank you, Mama Bear. Good to see you, honey. I saw it on AJ's channel when he drove past it. The only time I think he drove there, he did notice it. He didn't notice it, but I immediately noticed it. Yeah. I think the porch guy could possibly be from a cartel. Really? What is... Okay, well, tell me this. What is your definition of a cartel? What is your definition of a cartel?
So we would be, if you leave Nancy's house, take a right, and the immediate next right, we're on that street, at the end of the street. So if you count...
So
1,
hold
2,
on,
3.
I'm trying to.
I do think it was
digest
arranged.
this.
That is for sure.
You see the red marker on the screen on her home.
Yeah.
So you go forward, which in this picture would be up. You'd make an immediate right, and then your first right, and go 1, 2, 3, 4 houses away.
1, 2,
Right.
3. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Perfectly said.
Peekaboo, I don't think you was here earlier when I showed it. Did you see the they were requesting ID, or not ID, DNA from Luca Daly? I showed that just a little bit ago, thanks to Ratui.
Got it. It's kind of a little square with the driveway to its left.
I agree.
I see.
I agree. I don't think this is a cartel. The cartels don't want attention generally. They're just not that type that want this attention. They just, in my opinion, they got bigger things to fry. There might be something going on in that neighborhood that has something to do with the cartel. Nancy knew something and wasn't complying with what they wanted, in my opinion. Perhaps I don't know. I think this is someone very close. Whether this is a friend of Nancy's nephew or kid, or even a friend of Nancy, whether it's family, whether it's a service worker. I think it's something, in my opinion, in that line. It could be a neighbor, though. Many times neighbors get pissed off for whatever reason as well. Does the sheriff have anything to do with the cartel? Who knows? Who knows? A lot of people think the porch guy's a distraction. I don't think he's a distraction. I think he is the guy that did this. Again, it, in my opinion, appears to be the same guy on January 11th as it is on February 1st. Except he's without the backpack and all that. I think it's that guy. But I think he was hired, if you will. Never mentioned Nancy having a safe. Never mentioned of her taking anything either. Or them taking anything, right? Just remember at the beginning, people saying that Nancy had a friend that drove for high up cartel member. Could that mean something? Yvette, anything is possible. Anything is possible. What is that? I'm trying to remember. What is that? Didn't Nancy have like a business, or wasn't she associated with a business, like a mining business? I'm trying to remember. I've got the document somewhere. So why was his holster in the middle of the pants like a Mexican cartel? You want to know my opinion on that? My opinion on that is this guy is left-handed. It's a right-hand holster, and I think he's left-handed, and so I think he put the right-handed holster in the middle of his pants there so he could access it easily, because it is a right-handed holster. If you're a right-handed person If it's a right-handed holster, it will only fit on the right side of your hip. But if you put that out in front of you, then you could use it with your left hand. That's my opinion on it. So the cucumber looked a bit dodgy. What does that mean? The cucumber. The cucumber.
Actually, what would be the cut through? See it behind your home?
So it's alongside our home. It's a utility road.
Yeah, he died on a mining accident, but there was something about.
Now that I'm talking to you, I see that. Now, Jeff, question. We keep hearing about a vacant home. Where is the vacant home as it relates to Mrs. Guthrie's home?
So that is catty-corner to our house across the street.
The one with the beige gray roof, that one kind of to the left of your home a little bit?
Yes.
That's the vacant home. Wow, that is
This is
right
for sale too.
around the corner from Mrs. Guthrie. I've been wondering, where's the vacant home?
This one is too.
Answer. Okay, what about construction? Where's the construction that's happening
That's
in
my
the
opinion.
neighborhood?
So that actually is, if you're on Escalante and you directly stare from Nancy's home up the street, that kind of there's a cul-de-sac.
Cool as a
above,
cucumber.
If on this camera view above her street, you'll see a white roofed house at the very, very top of that cul-de-sac. That's where construction is occurring.
Mr. LeMay, do you recall any power outage either
Listen to
on
this,
Jan 31
and then
or
we got to
Jan
go to
11?
something else because I want to show you.
You know, this is, once again, all this information has been provided to the authorities. 2 of our cameras were quote unquote offline during this time, which really surprised us. I
got the picture of those cameras. Oh, damn, I can't show this guy.
Coincidence that the
Give me a second.
cameras were out and offline. I mean,
I
once
show
again,
his
that's for the
pew-pew, I
investigators
did
to
not off.
determine. But they were.
How did you
It's
learn,
a pro-
Jeff, that your cameras how did you learn that there were outages on 11 and 31?
We learned that when we were reviewing the data with the investigators and saw
Wow.
Didn't
this
learn it until.
notation that there was an offline camera, 2 offline cameras.
Jeff,
Okay, now listen to what this guy says here. Now, this was done 4 months ago, it says, YouTube, and it was uploaded March the 2nd. This interview premiered March 23rd. Oh, so this one was the first one. Okay. Check this out. We're going to go to my friend and yours, Mr. Brian Enton. Same guy, but he's in his backyard where he took the dog out. And he shows you all of this. I had not seen this. Tarp in the back. I think it is an absolutely a KILL kit. He had that backpack. It was, and I do believe there was a tarp. I do. I mean, what could you put in that backpack to make it that full when you are abducting or going to a person? Right? It looked very fluffy, right? Oakley, thank you for the gold coin, my love. Appreciate you very, very much. So good to see you, Oakley. Thank you so much, hon. Good to see you. Thank you for your support. Yeah, I agree. And this is the thing. Those tarps aren't, are they... It depends on what kind of tarp you get as well. Like the cheap little blue tarps, I don't know if they could hold a person without tearing or whatever. Shows the outline of a drone in the backpack. I'm not sure I believe that. I'm not sure I believe that, in my opinion. I mean, it's possible, but I just don't know if I would believe. I don't know if you could tell if there was a drone in it. You fold up the tarp like that, you'll see it will fit into a backpack. Oh, it absolutely will fit into a backpack, 1000%, especially for a body size. Yeah.
And what he thinks may have happened. So I wanted to, I just talked with Jeff a little while ago. I wanted you guys to hear
Watch
that
this.
conversation. So Jeff, you live kind of behind Nancy Guthrie, kind of to the side.
Sure, around the corner.
Around the corner.
Just look how thick. He's 4 doors down. You could, I mean, and if you don't know where you're going and you wouldn't, you didn't like go through this before, you're going to hit a cactus. You're going to have a cactus up your ass. Thank you so much, Tina, for the thumbs up coin. Appreciate you, my dear. Or Jules, appreciate your love. You can use a tarp to line an in-ground pool. Yeah. Her bed sheet was missing too. I don't know about that. There was some reporting on that, but I'm not sure if that's true or not, because I don't think it was.
Corner, a few doors down. How are you and your wife doing? You know, it's been about a month.
I think
now.
it might have been.
I think collectively, the entire neighborhood obviously are saddened, hopeful at times. We've had some moments where we thought there was a breakthrough and we thought that there could be resolution.
There's a buzz to this.
But we are still trying to keep that hope.
You can hear it a little bit in the background with this interview.
Identified and some other leads. And I think even us talking today and what the media is doing is to keep this.
I don't know, but I think Miss Kayla has a lot more answers than.
Keep awareness, keep people, directing people to the tip line, making people aware about their reward, and keep your recently New Mexico.
6 years. I can't remember, where are you guys from again?
Originally back east, but most recently New Mexico.
New Mexico, okay. And it seems like a lot of people here moved here from.
Is it low for you guys? Oh, well, the volume's low, sorry.
You know, it's funny.
It's got kind of like a buzz. I'm gonna make sure that's not just his feet.
Hopeful at times. We've had some moments where we thought there was a breakthrough and we thought that there could be resolution, but we are still trying to keep that hope. I know there was talk of a vehicle potentially identified and some other leads. And I think even us talking today and what the media is doing is to keep this, keep awareness, keep people, directing people to the tip line, making people aware about their reward, and keeping people aware of what has happened.
Yeah. How long have you lived here?
About 6 years.
6 years. And I can't remember, where are you guys from again?
Originally back east, but most recently New Mexico.
New Mexico, okay.
Hold
And
on
it
one
seems
second.
like a lot of people here.
He's tired. You know, there are some snowbirds.
And
it's a beautiful backdrop of to my left. It's very safe, Ferd. So this was really beyond surprising.
How did you first find out about it?
Sunday afternoon, we saw
This is the dog.
traffic,
This is the guy with the dogs.
you know, above us. And then we saw a large response.
She's something
from
else.
folks in the sheriff's department. And later on, actually, an incredible
does have good hair.
response from a volunteer crew of folks who do rescue in the mountains of lost hikers or what have you, who did
a lot of people think they kind of suspect that they're like, why wouldn't the church friends talk to Chris and Karen? And I agree. I wish they would have talked to Chris and Karen. But I think that they are doing it, in my opinion, just to protect Savannah and the family.
thorough searching through the neighborhood. And then ultimately, we were reached out to, as were all our neighbors, about ring video, about had we seen anything, obviously giving access to our properties. I mean, immediately we all looked through our properties, seeing if we could find anything. And unfortunately, as we all know, we are where we are.
Have you had any issues here before? Any trouble?
No, not at all.
Burglars or anything?
No. I mean, people in the summer when it's hot, people jog at 11 o'clock at night. They walk their dogs late at night, early morning. I mean, this is a very, very safe neighborhood.
So you haven't had any neighbors burglarized or anything like that?
Not to my knowledge, no.
So you never were worried about anything really?
No, I mean, some people don't lock their doors. We would.
Yeah.
You know, people have Ring videos. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just
I do remember them talking about bed sheets and stuff like that, because I mentioned, you know, many times, you know, like in hospitals and stuff, in morgues and funeral homes, like if there's a sheet under you, like two people will move someone's, or even alive, you'll move someone with a sheet or whatever. But
I'm almost
don't know
common
if that's
everywhere.
official
But
report
I
or
think
not.
people do feel very safe here. I think
This
people
time of
were
crazy.
not fearful, but just obviously most of all upset for her and her
They don't
family,
like the
because this
family
is
is being
terrible.
Yeah.
But also, you know, just hoping that we can have some sort of resolution, and ideally, I know it's just the hope that perhaps even a positive resolution.
So this is the kind of place people don't lock their doors?
Some don't.
Yeah.
We've heard that, you know, and
women not to speak.
it is an incredibly
I think so.
safe neighborhood.
Yeah, I've wondered that about Nancy. Like maybe she's lived here so
And so
long. Sometimes
much.
people
Yeah,
we
maybe
talk
she didn't
about.
lock her doors. in the back.
I don't know. I know, of course, we all know that she did have a security cameras.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
And you know, that's something that, you know, I mean, in theory, I guess you could say this could happen anywhere, but it is definitely an anomaly.
So this area behind your house,
Sure.
because it kind of butts up to Nancy's
Sure.
also. Is this just open area?
Look
So
at this.
there's, I mean, it's,
Watch.
you know, the properties go back, and there are some, as you see, some sort of trails that connect some of the properties, but it's scrub. I mean, it's cactus, it's trees, it's Palo Verdes. It's
Now, like, I've never walked in the desert like this, but I would imagine you would have to be very careful. Like, you know, I live in a very lush, very green forest area. It's zilch like this at all. It's woods. But I would rather I would feel more comfortable walking in the woods really than I would at night than I would someplace like this, because of the cactus would feel like they would eat you up if you know, against your legs or whatever.
It's rock. I mean, it's really natural. So it's not a very accessible area.
But there are little
I love
trails.
cactus.
Well, I mean, some very small ones. I know kids, we were told the legend was used to grab the school bus and cut through the, there's sort of like sort of utility road off to our left. I mean, there
I
are
don't
some
want to either.
connectors,
Okay.
but in general, this is a very, very, I wouldn't say inhospitable, but it's natural.
Does anyone go back there ever?
Yeah.
No.
Like neighbors don't, people don't
no.
walk.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, there is a lot of homeless in that area. Chris, you know, done some great reporting on that. But I just cannot buy, in my opinion, that this guy is like a homeless guy. I get the complete opposite, in my opinion, of this guy. Which Chris wasn't saying the guy was homeless or anything. He was just talking, well, you need to talk to homeless people because they know a lot. They hear a lot, they see a lot, they're outside all the time, and all that. So, but I heard that Mark Kelly made the 911 call, not the family. Heard it in chat 2 days ago, but who knows? I doubt that. As much as I'm not a fan, per se, of him, I don't think he made the call, in my opinion. I had cactus. I had cactus in my butt. It hurts. You had a cactus in your butt? I bet you that would hurt. Wait on the bed for my husband to pull them out. That sounds like a problem. That sounds like a bad problem to have. Could that be why his arms and legs were covered to protect from being scratched up by the cactus? Well, I mean, I think just anytime anyone commits a crime, you want as least likely for more DNA off of you to fall, right? That's why they're covered from head to toe, so they can't be seen, and so you're protected for the DNA and stuff like that. Grace gifted an eagle. How you doing, girl? Thank you so much, Miss Grace. Appreciate you very, very much. Very kind of you, my love. Appreciate it. Sweet of you, my dear. Thank you. Do you think this guy could be the porch guy, the man talking? Oh God, not at all. Not at all. Zilch. No. Mm-mm.
Through there?
No, not at all. You know, I mean, occasionally the utility road, you'll see someone, obviously from the utility company, what have you. But this is part of the charm of this area of having privacy and solitude. But ironically, people are now reaching out to each other, connecting with each other. I think keeping an eye on each other. There's talk of a neighborhood watch. There are folks who've maybe lost their spouse or partner and live alone, and kind of making people aware that, hey, if you have a need, call us or bang on our door. It's okay, you know, because we are a little bit distant from each other.
We should all be
neighborly. And I
neighborly.
think it's actually caused a lot of conversation and processing.
Yeah, some people have asked me like, oh, are the neighbors scared? Because like other cases I've covered, you know, when something's unsolved, like people will be really scared. But I don't really get that sense here at all. I mean, I met you walking your dogs.
Yeah,
Deborah.
I think people are, most of all, saddened and supportive. They want
Not really, Kelsey. I hadn't seen it.
to be respectful of the family. This is something that
We're
I know
comparing
it's
it with his two other
bizarre
ones.
event, but everyone has a parent. Everybody has a mother, and it's relatable that, you know, people age and you're concerned about aging parents.
Love you,
And
Liz.
I think it's just really, it's been something to process for people.
Yeah. Did you ever meet Nancy?
Just hello, just niceties when walking the dog. She had a dog at one time.
She had a
black terrier?
Black terrier.
Yeah,
Okay. And you have
It wasn't talked about.
Papillons, yeah. And one the reason I met you is because one of your Papillons is very friendly and one is very
a little spirited.
Yeah, spirited is a good word. Yeah.
And we would say hello, and we saw less of her as of late, but she was a part of the community, a person who lived in the neighborhood, living her life. We did not know that her daughter is a major media figure, but I know folks in the neighborhood who've lived here 20 years who didn't know. She was a person who lived here.
There you go. There you go. Nobody, a lot of these people in this neighborhood had no fucking clue that this was Nancy Guthrie, was Savannah Guthrie's mother, rather. So think about the note. Hello, Savannah. It's someone close. It has to be someone close. Unless it is that video in the restaurant that happened in October, and they researched her in October, November, December, and January. It's got to be one or the other, in my opinion. Someone very close, very close. These neighbors, most of the neighbors didn't even know. She didn't go, and say, "Hi, I'm Nancy Guthrie. My daughter is Savannah Guthrie. Kiss the ring." No, she didn't do anything like that. So in my opinion, it has to be either from that interview, someone around Tucson, if it's not real close to home. And they were like, "Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know Savannah's mother And Savannah and them were from Tucson. That's interesting. I live just down the street. But I really don't think it was that. I think this is someone closer. I really think it's someone closer. That, and again, you look at those ransom letters. You need to send us this much in Bitcoin. We're cutting off communication. As soon as we receive the payment, we'll give you a location to give her back in Tucson. It's bullshit. Okay, we'll give you the money. Show us proof. As soon as they say that, the letter comes out way more apologetic. And they're like, okay, we're sorry she died. She died very, very quickly after we picked her up. We didn't realize how fragile she was. And there was nothing you could have done, nothing we could have done. We think it was a heart attack. Sorry about that. Well, if she died very quickly, then either the first ransom note, either these ransom notes are all BS and a distraction, or they were just trying to get the money still. They thought they would try to get the money with the note number 1 until they asked for proof that she was alive. All of us for Chewy, because this case, there's nothing normal about it. It truly is outside of all norms. Outside of all norms, this case, with the age, how it was handled, who it is, just everything. Thank you, Lisa. Appreciate you very much for the gold coin, love. Very kind of you. Thank you very much, hon. I wonder if it will be able to stream Luke Daly's trial. You know what? I'll see if the media has already requested that or not. Let me check.
Beautiful home, and part of the community in that sense.
For people, again, who don't know the area, would it be hard for an outsider to navigate their way in and out at night?
There are a lot of streets,
Yes.
and it's sort of, and we all have a ritual where we walk, where we jog, and what have you. But there are a lot of streets and cul-de-sacs and what have you. So in that
You got to
regard,
know that place.
yeah, it is a little tricky.
Thank you, Cal, for the flower.
Learn your way around.
Appreciate
And
you,
dark.
babies. Thank you
that's
so
the thing
much,
is,
love.
a lot of that, we don't have overhead street lamps, which is actually, you can see the beautiful stars and what have you. But a lot of the houses, our house, two of our neighbor houses are illuminated. They have lighting around their homes.
Yeah, you have like landscape lights, I noticed.
So, as you're out and about,
What an honor.
it's not at all dangerous in that regard. Sure, we don't have street lamps, but the houses are many of the houses.
Thank you for the finger heart.
have
You're very kind,
landscape
sweetie.
lighting.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Is it a strange feeling? Like, have you processed just that this happened so close? I mean, it's like literally right by your house.
Yeah, I know it is. I mean, we could see the back of her home, and it's saddening because you're just, it's a terrible event, and we don't know, of course, what truly happened, but it's disturbing. It's unsettling.
Are you surprised we don't know more?
What?
It's now been a month.
I mean, that's the frustration.
Hold on.
Is, as I noted, folks were beyond helpful to say, have our ring video, come
One
to
second,
our house, interview us, talk.
Okay, someone just sent me a clip. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They said I need to play the first 2 minutes of it. I hope I spelled that right. Probably didn't spell that right. We're going to go to Ashley to the Banfield. She said, play the first 2 minutes. What's this?
And Chris Nanos, a rising senior, 18-year-old guy from Canada, who is a rising senior in high school, to put Chris Nanos, the sheriff of Pima County in Arizona, to the test.
Hold on.
And
What? Wait.
Hey, everyone. I'm Ashley Banfield, and this is Drop Dead Serious. Well. It took a 17-year-old guy from Canada, who is a rising senior in high school, to put Chris Nanos, the sheriff of Pima County in Arizona, to the test.
Ooh.
And to make some very big headlines in the Savannah Guthrie, Nancy Guthrie missing persons case. Sheriff Nanos hasn't granted a lot of interviews, and certainly very few to the major networks and the big podcasts of late. We are 6 months into the case of Nancy Guthrie with still no answers, no leads, certainly, that have been made public, and no solutions as to where she is and where Porch Guy is. But there's so many questions, right, still afoot. And looking back all these months, a lot of questions about maybe there have been some missteps along the way.
You think?
And this young man named Wyatt Sharp asked those questions. So first and foremost, you should know, I've known Wyatt Sharp since he was about 12, because Wyatt Sharp reached out to me and asked if he could interview me, and said, I have a YouTube show and I interview, big name people like the Prime Minister of Canada. And I thought, who is this kid? And I
Ashley's Canadian.
Clicked the link and I watched his show, and I thought, this is a really smart 12-year-old kid. I'm doing this interview. And since then, I've helped Wyatt Sharp along in navigating his career. And boy, what a career it is. If you've ever seen his show, it's called The Sharp Exchange. Highly advise that you check it out and then subscribe. He's just a really brilliant interviewer. And I'm not going to say kid. He's actually one of the smarter journalists I know, and has been for years. He's a prodigy. Honest to God, wait for it. We're all going to work for Wyatt one year. But I will say this, he scored the interview with Sheriff Chris Nanos, and he asked a lot of really pointed questions that I think the sheriff might not have been expecting, because there were big, long pauses in many of the answers that the sheriff was. I think maybe the sheriff thought, it's a high school project, this will be a breeze.
That's funny as shit. Oh my God. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Can you, and Ashley is 1,000% right. Can you imagine? Yeah, I'll let this cute little high schooler interview me. Yeah, I won't give it to anybody else. And he ate Nanos up for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's hilarious.
Not so. This was a tough interview, and Wyatt made some very big headlines. Like headline number one, Wyatt was able to assess how Chris Nanos, the sheriff of Pima County, feels about the FBI director, Kash Patel, and he was highly critical. Listen to this exchange between Wyatt and Sheriff Chris Nanos.
Well, I don't know the FBI director.
Where can we see this interview at? Sharp Exchange. What a nice guy. Sharp Exchange, Sheriff Nanos. Does anyone know where we can find him?
Or never met him. So my relationship is what we see or hear.
Okay.
I don't.
Wyatt and Sheriff Chris Nanos.
Well, I don't know the FBI director. Never met him. So my relationship is what we see or hear as you do on the news.
Okay, so there you have it. That's a rift, and a bit shocking that the sheriff has not spoken with the FBI director, because this is a really high-profile case, right? really high profile case. The FBI director's been in Tucson, met with this team. You know, there's this joint task force between the Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI. They've been working on this for 6 months, and the FBI director was there. And the president weighed in on this case. Hate to say, the president said like 6 months ago, "Oh, we're real close to, you know, resolving this." My words, not his, but no, that was not the case. And what the heck information was the president getting? And I only assume he was getting it from his FBI director. So what information did Kash Patel have from his field office? And why no communication between the homicide detectives from Pima County and the FBI field office agents? This is nuts to me, but great headline that Wyatt scored. And not only that, he was able to say that the core group of investigators is still the same. I've been wondering how long it's going to take for it to dissipate, but at least Chris Nanos said that core group is still there. Here's how he put it.
But the core membership has been there from day one, and they continue to meet daily.
Huge headline.
You have no nads, Sheriff, no nads. He is, thank you so much. I got it. Country Bumpkins. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you for 24 months. What a legend, my dear. We need to find the kid interviewing. I got it. Ashley usually wears flannels and hoodies, but she's all dolled up tonight. Well, sometimes sometimes you can guys, make sure you are subbed up to Wyatt. I'm going to drop his link. He's only got not only, I apologize for that, 11,000 subs, so make sure you guys give him some more subs here. It's called The Sharp Exchange, XCHANG, I'm pretty sure. Make sure. Yes. Okay. So this is where that interview came from. Okay. I'm just going to play. Let me see here. The Sharp Exchange. Make sure I got that right. Okay, it's he's got X and then change, but it's EXCHANG. Okay, here we go. Make sure y'all sub up. And give him a thumbs up. And I've shared this out as well. Okay. Let's see here.
Right there at the scene, the membership were there. Our team,
Listen
day one, it was the task force, the FBI Violent Crime Task Force, which we're a member of. Right there at the scene, the membership were there. Our team was there. There's a lot was said from, I guess, Director Patel about how we delayed contacting them. I just think he's misinformed and doesn't understand that that evening when this event was actually after.
I know, but what's funny is he's extremely intelligent, and I admire his vigor. You know, he's obviously well ahead of most seniors his age, in my opinion, having a very into journalism. And I think he probably ate as Spunkia. Thank you for subbing to him. Probably got 8 for breakfast.
Afternoon of the first when we first learned of it.
Yeah.
Our detectives were called in after our search and rescue team recognized what they had, contacted our investigative teams. They immediately contacted the Violent Crime Task Force, and their representatives were there. They processed that scene early the next day, the very next day, within hours of that scene processing. I held a press conference. I think everybody has video of it, where myself and the special agent in charge from Phoenix and the agent in charge from Tucson are right there on stage with me to answer any questions. So I think day one, it was the task force, the FBI Violent Crime Task Force, which we're a member of, right there at the scene. The membership were there. Our team was there. There's a lot was said from, I guess, Director Patel about how we delayed contacting them. I just think he's misinformed and doesn't understand that that evening when this event was actually the afternoon of the first when we first learned of it.
Yeah.
Our detectives were called.
Just because they are, just because the FBI is there doesn't mean the FBI is there to assist you in any way possible. If Sheriff Nanos doesn't ask them for specifics to do certain things that they are obviously well capable of doing, they can't help, right? It's kind of like, you know, a person on oxygen. There's an oxygen machine right beside of you, and if you don't put it on and use it, then there's no point in having it. So I think Sheriff Nanos, in my opinion, probably wanted the credit. I think he's got, I think you are, I think him saying that the FBI director is misinformed is laughable. The FBI director is misinformed. He's the FBI director, sir. Like, what do you not get about that? He's not misinformed about what they did and what was asked of them.
Called in after our search and rescue team recognized what they had, contacted our investigative teams. They immediately contacted the Violent Crime Task Force, and their representatives were there. They processed that scene early the next day, the very next day.
Well, you did not ask them, sir, to take the stuff, the test in when they flew a plane there.
In hours of that scene
I'm so glad he got this interview.
I held a press conference. I think everybody has video of it, where myself and the special agent in charge from Phoenix and the agent in charge from Tucson are right there on stage with me to answer any questions. So
yes, and it, in my opinion, it seems like they were rolling their eyes at you or doing this a lot. Yeah. The question was about, let me see here, about the FBI. The task force and FBI cooperation addressing criticism from the FBI Kash Patel. The sheriff clarifies that the FBI Pima County Task Force was involved from day one. He stresses that his department maintains a productive, professional relationship with local FBI agents despite external commentary. So yeah, guys, make sure y'all sub up to the Sharp Exchange. For my replay crew, I am going to put this in the description. Make sure you sub up to that. So give me a second while I put that in, because I want to make sure He gets some more subscribers. I want to make sure he gets some more subscribers because he's working his butt off there. And he got a interview from Sheriff Doofy, and I think that is absolutely amazing. If I could... Are you kidding me? Where's that at? Okay, here we go. Got it. It's called the Sharp Exchange, which is a good name. Very good name. 1 second, guys. If I don't do this right now, I'll forget it. Oh dear Lord. You ever feel like you got too many tabs open in your brain? Sharp. It's with an E. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Great job, Tyler. Great job. He's going to be doing some big things, I'm sure. Okay. Now, onward and upward. I got to show y'all this. Okay, perfect. In the description for my replay crew, it looks with the looks of the FBI agents. Oh, exactly. That's exactly what I said. They were ready to jump out the window, I think. I swear, I think they were. I want to go to TMZ on this. Did y'all see what Harvey put out on this? 1 second. Okay. Here we go. Here is Harvey. Where was it? Actually, hold on. Let me put this versus Brian.
I'm in Tucson, Arizona. I'm actually outside Nancy Guthrie's house. Hadn't been here in at least a month or two. You can see they have like a no trespassing sign now. There's a wire across the driveway. That wasn't here last time that I was here. They have a no delivery sign. And you guys might remember there was actually Mo's out here with me, by the way. That's Mo. They had all the like.
Now, Brian's got the sources, right? And it makes me wonder. I'm like, is Brian there because Nancy did an update? Is he just doing an update on Nancy Guthrie? Why is he there? Is something moving? I don't know.
The memorial with all of the flowers and candles and cards and all of that has been removed. There's definitely a sense in the neighborhood that they don't really want people out here anymore. They don't want the media out here. They don't want just sort of people who are coming to look into the case or leave something behind. I mean, if anything gets left here, they pretty much remove it. So that's different from last time I was here. Sheriff Nanos did an interview with the local TV station. I've been trying to get an interview with them for a while, but haven't had any luck. But really nothing significantly new. But I guess did this interview with the 6-month mark coming up.
Maybe
said that the case is still very active, which I know also from the sources that I have in terms of just them working it behind the scenes. And that they have the DNA samples out to multiple labs and are still working that. So that was really kind of
come on. This is the thing. It's been 6 months, guys. They've got the results from that. You know that they do. It was sent to the FBI, a lot of those DNA. Like, why are they still saying this? And who's Brittany clad? Who's Brittany? Brian wouldn't be there for no reason. I agree. I mean, he might be doing it for a 6-month interview, but it kind of annoys me, to be honest with you, when people when the news talks about this, they're like, yeah, the DNA is still out. I'm like, it's already been sent from Florida to the FBI. FBI can get it done like that. Oh, that's okay, Rajui. That's okay. They're talking rubbish that the DNA came back. Yeah. So thank you, 603. It makes me wonder. I'm like, either they know exactly where the hell this is going, or that DNA meant zilch. It's got to be one or the other. You can't tell me that they don't know about that DNA by now. 6 months later? Half of a year? Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
Of what he said. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to give you guys a look at what it's like out here in the neighborhood. Super hot this time of year, just like insanely hot in Arizona. So I'll keep you guys posted. Hey guys, so I'm in Tucson, Arizona. I'm actually outside Nancy Guthrie's house. Hadn't been here in at least a month or two. You can see they have like a no trespassing sign now. There's a wire across the driveway. That wasn't here last time that I was here. Yeah.
So there's that. Okay, now we're going to go to this. Watch this. Did y'all see what Harvey put out? Okay.
Plea to kidnappers yesterday had an interesting phrase. We have done our part. Exactly what does that mean? That is
okay, I'm going to do
really
a poll.
interesting. She would say something like that because on the surface, you might think that the Guthrie family has paid money to the kidnappers, the ransom money that would lead to her return. That is not the case. We have spoken with our FBI sources and no money has been paid. The FBI continues to work with the Guthrie family and they say that no money has been put in any account for ransom. Now, we have checked the Bitcoin address from the first ransom note, and no money has been paid other than a couple $100 that the FBI paid months ago to see if they could trace who created the Bitcoin address. They were not able to do that, but no additional money has been put in that account.
Okay. Tell me what you guys think. Do you think Savannah's video plea for, who was it for? Put a 1 in chat if you think it was to Pima County. Put a 2 in chat if you think it was for the perpetrator, the porch guy. Or was it just a general plea for who? In my opinion, Savannah is saying, we've done our part, now it's your turn. I think she's speaking to law enforcement. There is no right or wrong answer because we don't know. Who do you think it was to, Deb, then? Who do you think it was to? If it wasn't for Pima County and it wasn't the perpetrator and it wasn't just a general plea, who could it be? Was it to, I mean, who else would it be? A&T? Maybe Kisses? Someone in her circle? I think she does not think it's her, anybody in her family. Say it, girl. Say it. We are a safe space. You can say it. Give us a clue.
Account and our FBI sources say that the Guthrie family has not paid anything. So then what does she mean by we have done our part? Well, we are told that that aligns with the $1 million that the Guthrie family has put up, leading to the recovery of.
I mean, it could be to both, but I feel like it was more toward Pima County, but I also think it could be to Porch Guy as well. But damn, y'all are literally split on that one. 48% says Pima County, 48% says Porch Guy, 4% says general plea. Uh-oh, Carmelita broke it. She broke it. 46% says Pima County. 50%. Do we have another voter in the House? Come on. 1, 2, or 3. Anybody who hasn't voted yet. Thank you for the fortune cookie, my darling. Appreciate you very much, my people. Very sweet of you, my dear. Thank you so much. I think it's more toward Pima County, in my opinion. Boy, y'all disagree with most. Y'all are disagreeing. Really? 32% now thinks Pima County. Can you repeat the poll, please? Yes. Do you think the plea Savannah was giving yesterday, do you think it was she was giving that because she didn't say specifically who it was? Was she giving this to Pima County, like Sheriff Doofy? We've done our part, now you need to do yours? Or was she talking about the porch guy? We've done our part, like we will give you the money, now just tell us where she is. I can see it really being both. But, or is this just a general plea? You know. But this is the thing, Crazy Buck. You know, I think you're like the second or third person in chat that said that. Like a plea to A&T. I don't think she thinks it's A&T at all. Because she has religiously kind of defended them, right? Annie and Tommy, they are so good to my mother. You know, they took care of her every single day for the last 22 centuries, you know, all that stuff. Well, Savannah isn't even talking to the sheriff. Yeah. For me, I was like, was she like telling them, piss or get off the pot, Nanos, and give it to the FBI? Listen to her words. Okay. Okay. Watch this. What was she on? What platform was her video on? Instagram. Here we go. Fine. Let's listen to it again.
Coming on today with a very specific message.
Specific?
It has been months since our mom was taken from us. Our family is in agony. We are in a nightmare that will not end. Nothing about our situation has changed.
I've got a very specific message. Our family is in agony. Nothing in our situation has changed. Now, is she saying nothing in our situation has changed to the police? Or is she saying that to the perpetrator? Or is she saying that to the general public? I wish she would have just said, you know what I mean? And she has more of a relationship with the FBI now. She allegedly doesn't talk to Sheriff Nanos at all, or Pima County. I wonder, and again, Sheriff Nanos put out a video same day. Thank you, peace. Love you too, honey. Okay.
We have done our part, and we will never stop looking for her.
We've done our part. We will never stop looking for her.
We will always ache for her and feel that hole in our hearts. The world can be a cruel and unforgiving place, and I know that you have tried to do things the right way. So I'm asking you, begging you, to do the right thing now. Make the right choice.
See there, you can take it as both ways. And she says it's a specific message, but she's free to contact them. Why wouldn't she? Yeah. Why would send a cryptic message directed to, because when you're like, a person of the public, you have to be more diplomatic, especially like in her position. Contracts make you as well. What did she say? Damn, 1 second.
Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her.
Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her. See, I can take that as both Pima County and the abductor. I don't know.
I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing. Help us bring this situation to an end.
I think it's never too late to do the right thing. Now, again, I kind of think that sounds more toward the perpetrator, but I can also think that Sheriff Doofy, you fucked up enough. Let's get on the road. Let's do the right thing. Maybe she's wanting them. Maybe she knows something about this case that I'm sure she does, that we just simply don't know.
For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is always a way home. Please make the right choice.
I'm going to play that.
I'm coming on today with a very specific message. It has been months since our mom was taken from us. Our family is in agony. We are in a nightmare that will not end. Nothing about our situation has changed. We have done our part, and we will never stop looking for her. We will always ache for her and feel that hole in our hearts. The world can be a cruel and unforgiving place, and I know that you have tried to do things
she is
the right
Kelly.
way.
She is, yes.
So I'm asking you, begging you, to do the right thing now. Make the right choice. Help us find her. Tell us where to look for her. I truly believe it is never too late to do the right thing. Help us bring this situation to an end. For all of us, no matter where we've been and what we've done, I believe there is always a way home. Please make the right choice. I'm coming on.
I don't know. Justin, she said, what she says, I've came with a very specific message. Now, I don't think she would put it out unless the FBI would give her the grace, but we know that there's been a tug of war between the FBI and Nanos. It's as if she's trying to guilt the perp into coming clean. Well, I mean, I don't blame her for that. You know what I mean? Honestly, as if she's stuck between a state of denial, the possibility of the perp being in her family, and plea. I don't know. Like, I don't think it's possible for her. To think it's her family. I just don't even think it's possible. And the reason is like I say, the poll is 24% Pima County, 64% Porch Guy, 11% General. I think that it's not possible for her to think it's her family. Because when you live away from your family, you might talk to them, you might see them once, twice, 3 times a year, but you don't know how their daily life is. You don't know their stresses. You don't know how they live, right? You have daily stresses. All of us do. And I think it's just not possible for her to even think that it is anyone around her. in my opinion. So I don't falter for that. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God, that's my sister. No way, she loves her mom. And I believe she does love her mom. But Joan, thank you so much, my dear, for the jewels. Appreciate you, babe. I don't know. I really don't know. There is a lot of things that is very weird, pointing toward. No, I don't want to say pointing toward the family, but there's a lot of very interesting things that they did. Go in that house. I don't even know if Tommaso and them have came back to the house, and keeping the car longer than anyone. They ran over there, looked in the neighbors' cameras, looking in their campers and everything else. A rivalry with Savannah and Matt Lauer, who was fired, was a thing. Oh, Matt. I still don't understand why they circled the wagons. We don't know anything about them at all. Not even T's bandmates. You would think Savannah or Hoda would get an exclusive interview with Annie and Tommaso. Tell us what Annie was like that evening. Tell us about that evening. What you say when you dropped her off? Nothing. They're very quiet, and I don't like that. I don't like that. And I understand they're going to be judged either freaking way. I get it. And but you're still getting judged either way if you don't tell us. Sammy, I did not get to. Not yet. No, honey, I didn't. What was up with that? Did you see the guy that came out and said that Hoda and her ex did? Yeah. Hoda's I didn't, respectfully, Hoda, if you see this, I did not care for the interview that she did with Savannah. I think it was a little over dramatic. Respectfully, Ho. But Hoda is a really good person. She's a really good person. I think she does that because she knows A is in the dark. She referenced it. Everyone is keeping quiet. I think it's out of fear. And he was made to be in the home from, let's say, 5 p.m. when Nancy arrived all the way till noon when she found out her mom was missing. I don't know. We don't know anything. The only thing we know is the story that we were told that Annie and Tommaso literally text and talked to Sheriff Doofy about. I take it that she's talking about the perpetrator returning her mom to the family and her last few words, but after that, she's asking that it could be a combination of both. Summer Breeze, it could be. It really could. But I don't think it was Hoda and her ex at all. Hoda's a really good person. She really is in real life. Oh my God, we are being featured on YouTube. How about that? Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you for featuring us. Like and subscribe. Mixed feelings, Justin. She may have. Could be. But like I've always said, if old dude Tommaso dropped her off, went straight back home, they would know if they were in their home all night, right? They would know if they were in their home all night, Annie and Tommaso. If they were in their home all night, why the fuck are they looking in their garage? Why are they looking in their garage? Why are they taking their car? If you drove your mother-in-law, down the road, bye, mother-in-law, turn around, go home. Why are you doing forensic in my house. Like, look at the damn camera. That's weird to me. That's weird. And I will never forget when they went over to, when they were all at Nancy's. This was in the evening, all at Nancy's. And then all of a sudden, everybody jumps in their car, hauls ass straight over to Annie and Tommaso's. They're looking, this is after they did forensics, I believe. They are looking in all the neighbors' yards. All of a sudden, we're thinking, oh my God, they're going to find her out here somewhere. There was 200 law enforcement and FBI agents in that neighborhood. I don't know. I wouldn't make my mother-in-law take an Uber. I was inviting her to dinner. I wouldn't make her pay 20 or 30 bucks. I never would have dropped her off if I knew she was frail. Hey, Alicia, I can't stop thinking Nancy said no to dollars and they got upset and argued, and her heart broke literally. And they were just throwing things out of confusion because they're scared. I don't know, but you know what? One thing we've talked about money and stuff like this. One thing I have wondered is Annie and Tommaso, they did buy 2 properties within 2 weeks of each other, about 2 weeks of each other. And that makes me wonder, did Nancy help with this? And did something go wrong? Or what? Wonder what was in the bags Ellie brought out of A&T's house. I don't know. They were specifically looking in the garage, which is a place that a lot of things can happen, and another room in the house. I can't remember what the other as well. I understand you gotta check their record. I mean, not their record, their alibi. I get it. But that still doesn't explain why you're doing forensics in their home. And when you can clearly see where they would be all night. Like, that's the part I really don't get. And you took their vehicle longer than anybody else. And their vehicle was older than a 2015 model, which those vehicles don't have the same computers in them, and you can't get it's much more difficult to get the telematics. Some people can charm them to look over yonder, maybe have a southern accent, and you're good. You got a point. Is my southern accent good? A neighbor of Annie's has said he has not seen them. It's like a ghost house. Yeah. I was the one that put that information out. I was the one that broke that information about them selling that car. I think it was a Hyundai, if I remember correctly. They may have argued at dinner. But this is the thing. I thought about that. I thought maybe an argument could have happened at dinner, right? That makes sense, and somebody came back later. But if that to be true, then this guy shouldn't have been there on the 11th. Oops, that guy. He should not have been there on the 11th. which was 2 weeks prior to any sort of dinner, right? That's right. Bingo. Bingo. Doesn't explain the 11th. And that tells you that it's premeditated, and this was whatever happened would have been planned before the 11th. In my opinion, days, weeks, months prior to the 11th. But that doesn't mean, now think of this. Think of this. This was planned the 11th. But was the dinner, when was the dinner planned? Was that part of, again, I'm not saying they're involved, but if they would be involved, was that dinner part of all of this? Was it part of all of this? To get Nancy over there. Thank you, Peace. Thank you, Joan. Thank you, baby, for the jewels. Appreciate you very much. That's true also, but maybe planning, I don't know. Well, there had to be planning if it was the 11th. I mean, I think it's very interesting that it happened. And again, we don't know, but I want to know, how often did Nancy go over there? Did she go over there often? Did she have dinner there weekly, several times a week? If she did, that wouldn't be as weird to me. But it's weird. She's dropped off at 9 o'clock, and by 2 a.m. she's out of that house or dead. Oh my God, Justin, you asked such good questions. Thank you, baby. Appreciate you. Oh my God, Justin just thought of the same thing. That's why they had her Uber over there, so they didn't have to worry about her car being left at the house and she wasn't there. So are you saying you think she didn't make it to the house? Like back to the house? I think she made it back to the house. In my opinion. I think she was, garage door came up, she got out, she could see with the headlights to get inside of her door, and whatever happened shortly, a few hours later happened. I think the whole evening was a setup. Simply Real says, very possible. She had to have made it home, in my opinion. I agree. In my opinion, the Uber is like an alibi for video proof. Yes. Yep, glad. Yeah. Oh my God, look. She took an Uber over here. It's on camera. And again, I think it's very interesting how that Uber, whenever they initially in the report said Nancy went missing, was 6 p.m. January 31st, which is about the time she got out of that Uber and walked in Tommaso and Annie's house. That's the last time they have her on her phone in her own capacity with their own autonomy, walking, making the decision for herself, right? They did not take Annie and Tommaso's account initially in the report, so to speak, because they said 6 p.m. January 31st. Also works against Annie. Why were you too busy to pick up mom for her special day dinner? I don't think it was a special day dinner, if I recall. I think it was just a dinner. She had already had her birthday. Maybe a lot of people say it was her birthday dinner and stuff, but let me look at the notes on that. Tasha, thank you so much, my dear. Thank you for the clutch. Really appreciate you, love. Very kind of you. Thank you very much, honey. I hope L.E. looked at all the cameras from the time she left in the Uber. I would give anything to watch that Uber video. Anything. I want to see how Nancy gets in. I want to see if she had a conversation. Guarantee you, Nancy talked to the driver. I want to see specifically how she got out of that car. How long did it take her to get out of that car? Does anyone remember in the early reports that T was at band practice that night and due home? Sure do. Oh. Okay. Sorry, I might have glitched there, guys. One time at band camp. What's up? Thank you for the floating heart, babe. Appreciate you very, very much, my dear. Thank you, babes. Remember, a lot of things have been redacted now from the original. Love you, Summer Breeze. Let me look at that one thing right here. Nancy Guthrie, crime timelines. Okay. Check this out. Check this out. Maybe. Well, Lord have mercy on a country boy. What's going on here? Okay. Nancy Guthrie timeline. Right? January 5th, she has that inspection. January 6th, the inspection passed. January 30th afternoon. That's when she hosted friends over. I want to know what happened to that party. I want to know Mahong party, whatever it's called. And she was talking about Sunday, about hanging out with her friends. I want to know who was at that party and their loved ones and their loved ones. January 31st. 5:32, Nancy travels to local family member's home in an Uber. 6 p.m. Don't forget, 6 p.m. It's my internet, I think, Deborah. I don't think it's yours. It's mine. Okay, 603. Thank you, baby. I will. Thank you so much. Report says, last seen. 9:48 p.m. Family drops off her at her home. She spent about 4 hours there. About 4 hours. Thank you so much, Joan. Appreciate you. It's my attic. This is my attic. It's my studio. And the garage door opens at 9:48. 9:50 it closes. 1:47. We'll just say 9:47, 10:47, 11:47, 12:47, 1:47. 4 hours later. Check email from Trainwreck. Yes, I got it. Yes, baby. Yep, I will. 4 hours there. Almost precisely. 4 hours. She left for the Uber to Nancy and Tommaso's, had dinner, was dropped off. That's 4 hours. from the time the garage door opens, right, and shuts, to the time this doorbell disconnects, it is 4 hours as well. Oh, wow, Alicia. Thank you, Dreamcatcher. Thank you for gifting a pearl necklace, my dear. Very kind of you. Really appreciate you, Dreamcatcher. If you receive that, make sure you give our... You've been here forever, girl, and I appreciate you very much, honey. Thank you very much. The game they played is best played with 4 players. I've never played the game, didn't even know what it was until this case, to be quite honest with you. But there was allegedly, well, okay. Question, I'm trying to remember. Did they say that they were playing the game at Nancy's that night? Do we know? Yes. Allegedly, A&T's child was there. Well, the Mahong game, that was on the 30th. Right. The game doesn't look... Well, I've got it on my maps. Where? There's that damn fly. I'm trying to get this fly, guys. Where she goes to like this Mahong center or something like that. People how to, or taught people. She was very, very passionate about this game. It's becoming very popular in the United States now. Savannah was supposed to be gone to work. Yes, the Olympics. Nancy refused to loan Annie $8,000. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. 1 second. Almost got it. You can play Mahong with 3 players by just changing the rules a little bit. You don't need to have 4. So, there's some weird things too. But what's the... it's right here. Oh, no, I shared that. Oh, that's fucking... I'm gonna... What is the game cards? What's the game... What do you mean the game cards? Can y'all... Okay, I probably should call it a night, guys. I've been here. My computer's acting up. Or it's not my computer, it's my internet. February 1st, 2026, 1:47 a.m. Doorbell disconnects. 2:12 a.m. Camera software detects a person. How can you not detect a person if the doorbell disconnects? Oh, is the game a card game? No. It's like a... I'll show it to you. If my internet will let me. It looks like... To me, it looks like dominoes. But with Chinese on it. Or whatever, Mandarin. Right here. Oh my God. Right here. Yeah, my internet's going. Right here. I have no idea how to play it. Not a clue. Like Scrabble, but different. they use, I don't know if they use like these little clickers. I know they with it. I played on my phone a lot. Maybe I should see if I can do it on my phone. I forget there's games on the phones. I'm not really a game person. I like Monopoly. I like Yahtzee, and I like Uno. Uno is my favorite, probably. But that's about it. But wouldn't she... And I like Go Fish. I am amazing at Go Fish. Amazing. Okay, guys. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to end it here. My camera or something, it's not letting me because my internet's bad right now. So, thank you guys so much for joining me. I do appreciate you. We are having really bad storms here on the east coast of the United States right now. I don't think it's my battery. I just think it's not enough network right now. And I paid for literally the fastest internet available. So, thanks, Justin. Another great life. Well, thank you. Another great life. I love you too, Ratui. I love your life too. Your sweet life. You're a sweet life, and 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 you are. Every one of you are. All right, guys. Take good care of yourself. It is almost 1 o'clock in the morning here. I've got to stop with these late lives. This is ridiculous. It's ridiculous of me. I need to go live earlier. It's like Domino's, but more gin rummy. I don't know how to play gin. I don't know how to drink gin. And I like rummy, but no, not play rummy. Addictive. You should start a sleep stream. Oh, I know plenty of better YouTubers at that than me. Miss Kelsey. Not me, darling. I'd be picking my nose. That's why I will not do a sleep stream. I would literally be picking my nose and pulling out the blanket, and Pearl would be jumping up and down on the bed, my monkey. I would be hacking in the all kinds of stuff. Sleep stream. Goodness. All right, guys. Love you all. Get some rest, everyone. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Double tap screen if you're on mobile. Share out the live. Don't forget to hype it after this ends. And comment down below, right? Hashtag justice for Nancy. Put a smiley face. Put hello. Anything. Love you guys. Good night, everyone. God bless.